Check out toydojo.com or we'll send little ninjas after you. Seriously, maybe. Alright everyone, welcome to another RFC Reviews, a very special RFC Reviews. Thanks to the guys over at Toy Dojo and Pack for Life. They were really cool about letting me get to review these figures, and I really appreciate that. Nothing's changing. Pack for Life is still the official reviewer for Toy Dojo. I was given the opportunity to look at these, and I really appreciate it. And that being said, in the future, if they ever want to send figures my way, I'll definitely review them. So let's go ahead and take a look at Crashyard, or yeah, see, I'm confusing them already. Crash Hog and Dumpyard. Obviously, this is Junkheap and Wreck-Gar. First and foremost, let's take a quick look at the packaging. Here you have Dumpyard in the special early release 2006 edition box that was available at TFCon. You have a nice Keith's Fantasy Club. They finally changed the name, and now everything is gonna. I'm impressed. They announced it years and years ago, but now it's finally happening. So, since 2013, Kidult Collectibles. I guess that's kid to adult collectibles. Yeah, there's that. Again, special box if you care. Obviously, the retail boxes are a lot nicer, but these aren't bad. I kind of like the styling on them. And again, stickered up, sealed. Nice job. I mean, you know, if that's an option, hopefully that saved them some money, because I prefer boxes like that anyway. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the instructions. And if you have these instructions, the comic's nice. I honestly didn't read through it, but the art looks nice. Get a nice picture of Wreck-Gar there. These are Wreck-Gar's instructions. Wreck-Gar comes in robot mode, so they show you how to transform him into the motorcycle mode. And Junkheap comes in vehicle mode, and then they allow you to transform. The instructions are the opposite way. These instructions are not very clear. I really don't like them, and on my version there's a page that's upside down, so there's a couple things here. Here they show the fist this way, and then in the last picture they show him this way. There's a couple things here that contradict each other. Unless they're rotating the hands here, they might be. But I think there was a shot in the earlier ones where the fists were already in that direction. Yeah, right here. So the fists were already in the right direction. So I don't look at the instructions. Just trust me. Thankfully, that is the worst part about this set, is the instructions. When I first got these figures, I wasn't too keen on them. They really have grown on me, and there's a lot of things that I didn't realize until I transformed it multiple times and played with them a little bit. And we'll get into some of them now. Here is the divider line of what comes with Dumpyard and what comes with Wreck-Gar or Crash Hog. All the pieces you see on this side come with him, and all the pieces on this side come with him, because this is actually in the instructions for Wreck-Gar, Crash Hog, but it does not. Crash Hog does not actually come with this, because you can get these figures separately, I believe. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at Dumpyard's accessories. You have a gun with gray plastic with really nice silver paint. Really impressed. Then you have another gun of a different mold, and you get that same silver paint and gray. So this is his weapon. Of course, this is also part of the vehicle, the wheels. I have to mention, and I don't think only one wheel has this problem. There's one spike right there that just kind of is not pointy like the other ones. All the other wheels on Wreck-Gar are fine, and this other wheel is fine. It was just that one tip for whatever reason. Yeah, so, you know, it happens. He comes with a nice sword. He also comes with 2 little pegs. These 2 little pegs, they both come with. I didn't see it in the instructions, although I only looked at the instructions when I absolutely had to because they were so horrible. But these 2 pegs, I'm not really sure what they're for. You can kind of peg them in anywhere you want, anywhere there's an extra hole, but I don't know if there's a specific purpose for these or not. So, also you have the tech specs card for Dumpyard. Very nice artwork, and a very good quality card. And unlike my transistor card that was cut wrong, these are even cut right. So, that's a step in the right direction for KFC, as I will refer to them because I will get Keith's Fantasy Club mixed up all the time. Here is Crash Hog. Again, love the art. Whoever did that did a really nice job. On the back you get, you know, just a face shot and the tech specs. Made in China, 2016. So, kind of gonna try and get some of this stuff out of the way as we go through all this, and that way we'll bring it in later. This is nice. It's from that one episode where I think the Junkions were, you know, acting a little strange, and this opens up for storage, which is good because you have all these extra pieces that you can just throw in and store, if you can get them in there. Obviously my throwing was not that great, and then the handle does kind of collapse in a little bit. You can lay that down however you want. It's pretty much square on both sides. All you have to do to get that in his hand, there is a slot in the hand, and then at first I thought these wouldn't hold in, but they kind of clip in. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but they clip into the hand, and then the fingers can just run across there. And these hands, honestly, are a love-hate relationship for me, because I really like the posability of them, but they feel a little fragile, and I'm always worried I'm going to break one. A couple of them have already popped off on me, so there is that. Another nice thing that they got going on here, we'll get the sword out of his hand. This also has some nice silver paint and a little jagged edge right there. Is all these pieces are interchangeable. Not only these pieces, but the whole front of the figure can pop off and go on to Wreck-Gar and vice versa. I don't know that I needed that much, but they gave it to us anyway, basically. So, again, these can pop off. I'm basically going to pop these off anyway, because we're going to need to go into transformation on this guy. Pop that off. Come on. Pop that off. They have all these little red spiky things right there, and they can pop in and pop out wherever you want. So if you want to pop them into his side of his knee, on his arms, anywhere there's a hole, bunch of different options. You can pop your little pointy thing in the hole. So again, not something we necessarily needed, but I mean, I guess with the Junkions it makes sense. Even with the transformation, there's some parts like you take wheels off. You know, yes, it's part swarming, but I think with the Junkions it makes sense, and it doesn't bother me. So, I think Junkheap got the best paint job here. You can see the leg inside is silver, but it got more paint, so the blue comes out really nice on the legs. There's some brown up top here and some blue in here. The face has a nice sculpt. I really like it. These antenna move due to transformation. All together really nice. You got nice ratchets. There's a soft ratchet there that you can feel. Got a swivel at the top of the arm. Double jointed elbow. Of course, the fingers are the KFC hands. You can give a nice peace sign, which is really cool. I like that on these guys. I mean, Junkion should be about peace. And Ba Weep Ground Out Weep Nitty Bong. That's what Junkion's are to me. So, you know, I like that. You got a nice waist rotation. Nice click there. You got the clickety legs. The out is just a friction, but works really nice. The knees are ratcheted. The feet have ankle tilts. You go forward. You can go up a little bit. And there is a little bit of a heel. But honestly, you don't really need it. They stand really nice. KFC really is upping their game. Not saying these figures are perfect, but they are definitely upping the game, and they did a really nice job on these guys. So let's go ahead and get into transformation on him. And first thing I'm going to do is just pop out these pieces, little rubber guys. We don't need them right now. So first thing you want to do for transformation is probably the most difficult thing to do, and that's we're going to pop off this back section, lift up his chest panels here, get them back and out of the way. Oops, sorry about that. Raise the camera up just a little bit. I'm going to flip the head forward. And what we have to do is we have to get these handles. See this, how the chest pops off. These side things pop in on the side there, and you can pop them off. In robot mode, you can have these off to the side, or you can kind of have them tilted up front, like I did. We can move this whole piece out of the way right now just to give us a little bit more clearance. And you just slide that up. And then this has to come up and go around, and then this has to slide through this piece, which is going to end up being the front of the motorcycle. So let's go ahead and we'll try and do this. The best way to do this, and of course you can see the mirrors and the brake and the throttle are controlled by the or can fit in the chest when you transform him. It is a little difficult, and they pop off several times, but it is possible to get all that stuff in there. So when we transform Wreck-Gar, I will probably just pop those off, because you don't want to hear that screaming and cursing on the camera. So as you can see, that'll just pull through. It's a lot easier getting this into alt mode as opposed to robot mode. So then we can just come down here and we'll flip these handlebars out just like so. Then bring that up, and these clear pieces will peg right into the front there on the windshield, and that gives you the top slash front of the bike. And now we did that, we can put this piece back on. Again, camera. Put these pieces back on, peg these in down on the sides. There we go. And then the head, the antenna, pull back, and then the head will just sit right down in there. Now we can go on to the arms. What you want to do is you want to rotate the arm around, and then you're going to have it folded like that. And this is one part in the instructions which confused me. It told you to put the arm up while it was like that, or actually it looks like that in the photo. What you actually want to do is click this out a couple times before get out of the way. His antenna's in the way. Get in there. Get in there. There you go. Just want to click that out of the way. Why is your head getting in the way? Let me try turning his head around. It might be different than on Wreck-Gar. No, yeah, it works a little bit better. So on him, I just turned his head around, making it a little bit easier there, a little bit more clearance. But we'll do it again on this side. Rotate this around. Then we're going to collapse the arm right there. And then you want to click it up a couple times. And then you can adjust it when you're rotating this in. And you'll know you have it at the right angle when this piece will come all the way around and the arms will just fit in there, just like that. And we can close these pieces up. We'll lock this in on the front of the car, just like so. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is pop out these little panels. And the way I do that is I rotate the fist all the way around. That should give you room to pop them out. And then you want to rotate the hands so the back of the hand is on the outside. And just make sure the fingers are all folded up nice for transformation. I guess this is probably one of those places everything can pop off on this, which is good because chances are you will. This piece might go inside there on the arms to give it a little extra stability. No? Yes? Maybe? Anyway, we'll just leave that in there anyway. It's not hurting nothing. Pop this back down again. And then rotate this fist around. Pop that little panel up. Close up the fist. And then just rotate it around to the side there. Next thing we want to do is we're going to come down to the legs, or split the legs, pop his protective piece. I'm being careful with this one. Pop this protective piece up, flip these panels on the leg up. Then we're going to start to rotate these. Pull out the legs also, extend the legs, and then rotate those until you can peg in the legs onto that. Which the tabs on Wreck-Gar go in a little bit easier. I wonder if they're supposed to tab in all the way. There we go. I'm just going to leave that one untabbed. I just do not want to break it. Next thing we'll do is we'll flip in the heel. Flip in the heel, rotate the foot up and around, and then bring these panels out. And then we can start assembling the legs. You rotate these up, you'll see there is a little slot here on the inside of the leg that this his man protective piece will just snap into. And the hands you can, and the arms you can rotate up just a little bit to slide them in right under the feet. And then the feet have a tab. On that tab we flipped out that that arm will lock into, just like that. And you can see how some fingers and thumbs will get in the way of your transformation, which is again another thing on this. And then these orange panels, if they're bumped just a little bit, will also pop out. So I really wish things were stay in the right place a little bit more, but then I also worry that there's always compromises, so maybe they were afraid if they did that, things would break. So much rather have things pop out than break altogether, because no one wants this stuff broken. Come on. And then sometimes they just don't want to pop in. There we go. Now we got that popped in. Put the thumb back where it should be. Roll the fingers up. Now swing this whole arm section back in. Tab the foot back into the arm. Try and slide this orange panel. Oh, there we go. There's another piece. So yeah, it as you can see, and again, Wreck-Gar was not giving me this much trouble, but of course I'm recording, so everything's gonna pop off. Again, easy to pop back on, and it also helps with them being able to rotate their parts or swap their parts. This is the other thing on this. This panel should pop up just like that. There you go. You heard it click. You have to be a little forceful with it, which I didn't wish you would need to be that forceful on it. But there you go. Now we have Wreck-Gar almost in Junkyard, not Wreck-Gar. And we'll go ahead and peg the wheels in just like so. Make sure the legs are pegged together properly. Come on. There we go. And straighten the arms and the feet up. And then the only thing left to do, there's two options here. As you can see on Wreck-Gar, you can have that more motorcycle looking front that makes a longer motorcycle, which I personally like. Or you can peg this in to his arms right there and give that shorter looking motorcycle look. So if you want to keep one like that, one like this, you can. He has some kickstands right here to help support him. There you see that short motorcycle compared to the long motorcycle. And then these pieces that would have been the front forks can act as exhausts if you want. And I saw this in the instructions, how these were acting as exhausts. Ah, I think that's what these pieces might be for. Plug them into the side, and then you have this facing back, and there is your exhaust. So again, there's just a lot of pieces. It's not really clear what everything does. And the last part of the transformation, which I don't want to forget, is this. And what you can do is slide these out. And these are also on ball joints, and I've always popped them out. Trying to... Oh, that one didn't... See? The one time I say it's going to happen, it doesn't. There you go. You can see how that... So... Again, this is not... It's not horrible. I wish it didn't do this. On the same respect, if this was the only option other than breaking it, I appreciate that. But I just wish there was a little bit better design on it, that you didn't have to do that. And then on the top here, you have this little extra piece you can plug in. Again, for more differences between the two, as you can see, even though they are the same mold and a lot of the same parts, they look very different in motorcycle mode. So there's a lot of options with these guys. Again, we can pop this wheel off. And again, you pop stuff off and pieces go flying. So again, not horrible, just not what I would have preferred. And that's definitely on the wrong side. There we go. Get the other piece that fell on the floor and pop that back in. Eventually these pieces are just not going to stay in at all. They pop off so much. So go ahead and take his exhaust off. Leave that in there for now. And then to make the front wheel with the forks, just plug them in on the side. And then these will plug in right here. Come on. Rotate these around. And they will plug in just like that. And there you have the longer fork look, just like Wreck-Gar has right now. Alright, so let's get into Wreck-Gar. A couple of his accessories. He has 3 guns. Again, gray with silver paint. Really nice. All 3 different molds, which I appreciate. Really nice job on these guns. Yeah, I think even his guns, Junkyard, are different than Crash Hog. So, and again, the names are just starting to confuse me. Scratching my head at the just being able to remember them. So let's go ahead and we'll transform him into robot mode. First thing you want to do is you just do the reverse order. We're going to untab these pieces, and then they will pop off their ball joints. And then we will pop them back on. And rotate that down. And again, just trying to do this without popping that ball joint off. It can be done. It's just very, very difficult. All right. So once you have that done, we're going to come down and just pop off his front wheel and pull his arms out, untab his feet, pull the arms out a little bit, just give the legs room. Now we can unpeg the legs from his crotch piece and also his tire. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's just start rotating this down. Get a little more leverage. There you go. And these spikes are very sharp, so if you're grabbing that wheel, it's going to hurt a little bit. Close these panels up. Close the wheels up, come down to the feet, and rotate out the heel. Put the feet up, and then just spin it around. Same thing on this side. And of course I have no nails today. So I'm going to do something I don't like to do. Use a tool. Or a sword. Come on. There we go. Again, rotate the foot around. These pieces will pop off during transformation. That's okay. And this brings me to one of the flaws of Wreck-Gar while we're here at the transformation. I just want to point this out, that these legs, come on, don't be difficult. These legs are kind of a grayish blue on the inside, and you can see that that color does kind of bleed through the legs, so the legs are not the best looking. The color's nice, but just that bleed through of color that shouldn't be showing, I don't really care for. And then we'll just pop that crotch piece down, put his little side basket down, and then come up to the top, rotate the arms down, get that on camera again, just rotate the arms down, straighten out the arms, flip them around, close up that little panel, same thing on this side, flip it around. Now your hands are facing the right direction. Then we're going to bring the head up and out. Again, the head sculpt on Wreck-Gar is just absolutely incredible. And I guess I had his head in there wrong. His Fu Manchu is a little messed up, but he'll survive. And now this is the hard part. We have to come to this backpack. I'll lower the camera down as much as I can just to try and get this on video. You want to close this up, rotate this around, and we're going to try and feed this whole piece just through here. And again, not the easiest thing to do. do have the handlebars the wrong way. So as we're feeding that through, this can collapse a little bit. And there you go. And again, you can see one of the mirrors popped off. It is possible to transform it without doing that. Come on. But not recommended. Again, I think I just want to angle the, angle the handlebars like that, flip them around, and now in order for them to go into Wreck-Gar's chest cavity, you'll see there's two little slots right there. Those are where you want the handlebars to go inside Wreck-Gar. Kind of put these panels down, get them out of the way, and there you go. The handles of fun, that's what they are. Alright, so after the battery died, I kept playing with Wreck-Gar here. And the one tip I can give you, if you unplug these side pieces, you can see it gives you a little bit more clearance to get those handlebars down in the cavity that they need to be in right there. So then you can plug these in and they'll probably squeeze together. So that is tip number one, or the best tip I can give you, is to just make sure that you unplug these pieces when you're trying to get them in there. And there you have Wreck-Gar in his Wreck-Gar mode. No, robot mode. And again, his fingers are a love-hate relationship. But I do love how you can, you know, just have his hands up here. Give him the peace sign. Got nice spread on the fingers. I think Wreck-Gar looks pretty cool. Just like that. And you can see the spread on the fingers. Get really decent spread. Just a little bit flimsy. Kind of like the Fans Toys hands, just a little bit bigger. And then one of the surprises here, these satchels, I guess is the name for them. He even comes with a little TV. Come on, come out. He even comes with a little TV. Because we talk TV. Don't touch that dial. News at 11. Really nice job on the paint on that. Not what I would expect from KFC. They're, again, definitely up in their game, and I hope anything negative I said is not me ragging on this figure or KFC, because I think this is a fantastic figure. He is a little plain up here in the chest area, but that is G1 Wreck-Gar. That is movie Wreck-Gar. Again, you can peg his wheels wherever you want. You can put one on the arm here and one on the leg to give it that authentic Wreck-Gar look. Then he does come with a different accessory. He comes with this, which we can turn into a weapon for Wreck-Gar. And then he has two spots he can handle this. And you just pop them into his hand just like before. And take this piece off for now. Again, these sometimes take a little bit of doing because they do click in. Come on, take his wheel off. Need to get pressure on the back of his hand just to get that in there. There you go. If you didn't hear it, if you get this figure in hand, you'll feel it pop in. And he holds it really nice. That's not going anywhere. Even with his fingers open, it's just not going anywhere. So the only one I have trouble with them holding is when you have the wheels on top of it. It's just way too heavy. And even with that very strong grasp, they still kind of tend to fall off. And again, the guns are the same way. They just pop in there so he can hold the gun. Really nice. And just to show this off, he can ride Wreck-Gar. Or he can ride his Junkheap friend. I don't know if he's supposed to clip in anywhere, but you can just kind of put his legs up to the side. And if you play with it a little bit more, you can probably get a better Wreck-Gar riding stance. And just to show off some of Junkheap's pieces, or the interchangeable pieces other than the front, I don't really think too many people are going to do that. These can just pop on. Give Wreck-Gar some of Junkheap's shoulder pads and his arm pieces. So, yeah, my final thoughts on this figure is great job, KFC. Keep improving, keep doing better. One thing I did want to mention too, I watched part of my friend Bobby Skullface's review, which you should also check out because he actually has not the early release, but the other ones. And these pop off on mine, and I believe on his he thought they were glued in. So that may have been one change that they made to these. I'm not sure, but these very easily pop out. So, again, great figures. Definitely worth picking up. Definitely masterpiece sized. We'll bring him in with Generations Deluxe Groove. Here he is with Fans Toys Hound. Just for a size comparison. Here he is with Voyager Sentinel Prime. And here he is with KFC's Blaster and official, what is he? MPO9, MPO8, MPO7? He's one of those. Hot Rod / Rodimus. And there you have it. Thanks again to Toy Dojo for letting me do this review. Really appreciate it. Make sure you check out Toy Dojo. They're awesome people over there. And for Radio Free Cybertron Reviews, I'm Diecast, and we'll see you next time.